Welcome everyone. Welcome to this episode 3, this time, of Voices of Nourish. And my guest today is Jasmine. Jasmine, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you.
Can you tell us who you are and what is that you do?
So I'm Jasmine, or known as Jazz, and I teach the classes Modified Pilates at Nourish. My background is working within physiotherapy, and I like to try and make sure that people of all backgrounds and different health conditions can access the exercises. So although it's a group session, I do try and focus on the individuals within the group. So, for example, there might be one exercise going on, but it might be being taught or tweaked in different ways depending on who the person is in the class. So I do try and push the different levels so that everyone's needs are kind of met.
And I saw on your website or description on your bio on the Nourish website as well is like a APPI. Can you explain what that is?
So you can get different types of Pilates qualification. You can get some that are based more in fitness, and they all have their place. It's just that the qualification I've done is a physiotherapy-led qualification. So APPI is the name of the provider, and it was a company that was started by 2 physiotherapists. And they took the original mat work moves from Joseph Pilates and they've made it more applicable to people with different health conditions. And then I've done a recent top-up qualification on top of that, a CPD, which is specialising in patients that have either had back conditions, so they either need like sort of spinal surgery or they might need post-spinal surgery rehab. And that's modifying what I do even further, because some people may have like sciatica or leg pain, and I obviously screen everyone coming into my classes to make sure that they're appropriate for the class, but it just gives me that extra knowledge, and I'm hopefully not finished there. There's more I kind of want to do and do, so that I'm looking forward to that.
There's always something, isn't it?
There's always something.
Always, yeah. And how do you think, how does Pilates support people who live with the pain, live with the chronic pain, or have like injuries? How actually the classes can be helpful for them?
I think when people are living with pain daily, I think I approach them on an individual basis, because everyone's got like a different baseline, and pain is a personal experience, and we all perceive pain and react to pain differently. So I try and educate them about their condition. And I kind of view Pilates as another tool in their toolbox. So they might be using, for example, other services at Nourish, or they might be on certain medications, but we want to encourage movement for life. So the ability to get out of a chair, the ability to put away shopping, the ability to walk or do a little bit of housework. And where I come in is I start them on a level of exercise that is intended not to flare their existing symptoms.
So important, isn't it?
Because it's just trying to sort of get someone to trust you, and sometimes I might have to work with them a little bit. They might try something, and actually I welcome sort of honest feedback, and I might go, actually that needs to be changed, or you don't look comfortable there. And hopefully the people that have gone to the classes so far will see that it is quite relaxed. It's not too strict, and that hopefully fosters like an atmosphere where people can ask questions, and I do like to talk to people as I teach.
Okay. And then what changes actually do you see in people after, because I understand you do what you do for many years, and what changes do you see after a couple weeks of working with, let's say, one person?
Sometimes the changes happen before people realise they've happened. So sometimes it might be me pointing out in a class that, for example, when you did that roll down, you used to grimace, or your hands could only reach your knees, and we had to stop it. or we had to add some support in. Now your hands are getting to your shins. Or it might be they're having treatment somewhere else alongside, especially if they've got chronic conditions or different pain. And I might be saying something to them like, or they might be feeding back to me that they've been told, oh, actually, you're moving a bit better. Or they might have comments from other people saying that their posture's better. So I can normally see a change in their range of movement and their control. So their balance will be better, their coordination will be better. When I say engage your core, that their ability to kind of really turn that into a good, nice muscle contraction, it looks better. And I can only explain it as trusting your gut instinct at someone moving and going, they look like they're moving better.
Right.
And that's probably the change I see. And then those little changes hopefully add up to a big change, hopefully.
And they probably a little bit more aware, obviously, of the movement than obviously they were before. Yeah,
and I might have a chat with them after class or just before or even during class about potential triggers. So ways to sort of bring Pilates into the everyday. It's not just about attending the class and then you put it out of your mind. I'm hopefully trying to give them something to work on in between. So like remember how to breathe, like remember how to engage your core when you're walking, because as lovely as it is doing Pilates, we haven't all got time to do hours and hours of it. So if there's a carryover between classes, I would say that brings the best change as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And if someone is like disconnect from the body or unsure where to start, what would you say to them?
By disconnected, do you mean kind of
disconnected from feeling their body?
Okay, I guess I would explore what that meant to them. So some people are disconnected because they've tried many things. They've seen everybody and they no longer can tell what muscles contracting, and their own body awareness is off. So I sometimes, there might be like a lack of what I call proprioception. So your brain's awareness of where your limbs are in space. When you're living with pain, movement patterns can become quite altered, and we devise all these little tricks to get ourselves from A to B without thinking about it. So I guess I would explore what that disconnect looked like for the person, and then in the class I use a lot of props. So someone who is quite new, I'm a big fan of using head blocks and of different sizes. I might be using like a ball, and I might bring a ball in on a certain exercise, or if someone's got leg pain, obviously I would like their pain to be controlled before coming to a class as much as possible. But I would add a band in to assist that weaker leg. And then they start to get that extra information from the props I use to their brain. Because Pilates is in that same genre as yoga as being considered a mind to body exercise. And I'm hoping that improves their awareness. So they start to feel, like you say, a bit more connected with their movement.
And did you observe or notice what people usually struggle with the most? Is it pain, or is it just lack of movement and they want to improve their movement, or is they just looking something to distress?
I think it's a mixture of everything. I think lives can be quite busy when you're juggling work life, or you might have caring responsibilities for like children or relatives. And I think definitely the struggle to find the time to do this. But I think it's a mixture of things. Some people struggle with stiffness. Some people have had pain for a long time, and then they've made certain associations with certain movements. So a common one with back pain is a fear of leaning forwards and picking something up, especially if their back has kind of like gone when they've done that movement before. So Pilates aims to break down that movement using different exercises and techniques, so that eventually they can start to move again without fear. And it's like a stepping stone, or I sometimes refer to it as like a Lego building. You start with one brick and you just add all the different layers of different levels of exercises to get them to that goal. So it's a mixture of reasons, really. It does depend on some people just want to improve their posture or to alleviate, for example, work-based kind of seated jobs. Other people are looking to get rid of long-term pain, and a few small categories of people might be looking to enhance their other things. So it isn't just about pain. Pilates is used a lot across the Premiership football clubs, the British rowing team, These are some of the Royal Ballet. They're some of the sporting bodies that the training provider that I've done has been involved with. So it can really enhance and improve your power, your balance, your core strength if you're doing other activities. So that's the other side of it. My aim is to meet someone when they come to me in a class where they are, if you see what I mean. To meet them at their level.
Okay. And I will slowly finish our conversation with maybe one more question.
Okay.
And what is your favorite way of moving your body?
I would say that depends on the day, because sometimes it depends on what I want to get out of it. My favourite way, I don't know. I do, obviously Pilates is up there, but I like other things as well. I like doing weight training in the summer, hopefully coming up. I like paddleboarding, and sometimes I like to pair those things with a couple of key moves for me, to keep everything moving, because I've had a history of back pain in the past, and definitely Pilates has kind of helped me become stronger. So I think I relate especially well to people that have had back pain, because I've been that person that couldn't sleep and on strong pain medications and things, and I've struggled as well. So I can't say my pain is equivalent to theirs because it's personal, but I have an understanding. So probably a mixture of everything, and being outside.
Of course.
Being outside.
Jasmine, thank you so much. Thank you for conversation, and thank you for all the hard work you do for other people. And I will leave the link to your classes in the description below. So thank you so much again.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, and see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.